Job's done. Bruno's took it short. Oh, goal! Oh my God! What a mistake! It's 1-0 United. What a mistake from Martinez. Oh, it's Bruno! 2-0. Job done. Game, set, match.
Perfect.
Job done. Game, set, match. Coutinho comes on, but for what now? For what reason? Job done. Listen, man, Coutinho ain't doing nothing, man. Job's done. Call it Ralph Masterclass if you want. Job's done. Job's done, mate. You know, the game's done, mate. The game has done. Game over. Job done. And we can relax now. You know what I mean? Aston Villa in the mud. You wouldn't want them to get a goal right now, would you?
Perfect.
You wouldn't want them to get a goal. And yeah, they got a goal. Fuck's sake, man. Aston Villa. Nervy. Oh my God.
Perfect.
Why did I deserve this? Do I deserve this? Fucking hell, man.
How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel. And welcome back to another SAEED Thuggery special.
Honestly, he loves. He's clipping gold. This is it. Thuggery has so much ammo for SAEED. It's crazy.
I was crying in the background. I was
Job's
like,
done, lad. Job's done.
Job is done.
I don't deserve this.
I don't deserve it, GRIZZ, man. Come on, man. I don't deserve none of this, man.
What did he say for the first goal again? He goes, they could score here. Oh, they fucking scored.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm just
Matisse.
a walking meme, man. I've just realized, man.
You look nervous during that clip. I think you thought you might have been making a little appearance, but Thuggery messaged me saying he didn't have enough time. So you got.
Yeah, I didn't have enough time.
I don't really feel like I had too much. Like I kind of said last show that I wasn't really confident. Do you know what I mean? So I don't really feel like I had much. I didn't know
You're talking big.
You was giving it you, man. You was giving it you. You're talking about attendances and small club and all. I'm coming for you in a minute, mate. You wait and see, mate.
Listen, you wasn't here. You seized the opportunity, all right? Make sure be here.
Gremlin boy. Where's your balloons, innit? Where's your balloons?
Joe says Steve the goal is back. Free smoke for anyone, and Steve started already. As you can see, he is back. How was your little trip away holiday, Steve?
That was good, you know. It was nice to have a break, like you say, when you're like away every weekend watching football. You've got to defrost the kids, innit? The kids are freezing. They've been in the UK for 18 months, so they needed defrosting. So they've been defrosted, so I can go back to football now.
Where's your
tan? Family thing, innit? Have to do the family thing, innit?
Where's your tan?
Nah, I don't get a tan. I just go red, innit? It's the only time you see me red, innit?
Red like a tomato, yeah?
And it was pissing down today.
I'm gonna send you a picture. There's a calf does the best paninis in anyone from Leighton, East London sides.
Why? What? That's so random.
It's not random at all. It's not random at all. I'm not promoting this place. Like, they can sponsor us if they want to, but it's called Red Tomato. I'm gonna take a picture. I'm not even joking.
I thought he lost the plot there. I thought we're talking about Lanzarote going all day, and he's talking about paninis.
Leighton is so far.
Because you said Red Tomato, it just clicked in my head. Yeah, man, best paninis in Leighton, man. Red Tomato. People need to know if they don't know.
Oh man,
have you just had one right now today or something?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't had. I've got angel slice. I'm on a diet.
No, it was good, man. Good to get away. Winter sun's always a bonus. You know what I mean?
There's always people. Look, Leytonstone, come on, Grizz. See, there's always people from everywhere. This is what I love about this chat and show, man. People repping everywhere and anywhere. Mad. Big up Leytonstone.
And there is a lot to talk about tonight. A lot of results that we need to delve into. Like I said, Matisse got away with a little Thuggery. They're SAEED, you know, like TOBS said, you're just too clippable. So it's too easy. Too easy. But listen, I can see a lot of people.
It ain't easy, but it's too easy.
I can see a lot of people in the chat mentioning DT, and obviously I've seen on Twitter today what's unfolded, and in WhatsApp groups, to be honest with you as well. All I can say is it's mad, lad. I don't even know really what more to say in terms of addressing it. Like, me and DT were never guys like that for me to really know who he is as a character outside of AFTV. I know I work for AFTV and he's done a lot of content for that channel, but that doesn't necessarily mean we know the ins and outs of each other. Same way, you know, colleagues at work wouldn't know what goes on outside of the workplace. In all honesty, I read it and it is mad. You know, it's actually a conviction. It's signed, sealed, delivered. It's not an investigation. It's nothing like that. And some of the graphic, I don't know if this is a word, but the graphicness behind some of the word in that article on the government website, like I said, it is mad. All I can say is he's off AFTV now, which I believe that was the best thing they can do. And in all honesty, I'm seeing a lot of people insinuate that AFTV might have known, I might have known, other people might have known. In my honest opinion, I can't speak wholeheartedly for everyone, but I don't think anyone did know the circumstances around DT's absence. And that's me being in and out of the studio over the last year or so. And regarding me, I had no clue whatsoever. I even gone back to a WhatsApp message when he first tweeted about the mental health thing. And I actually messaged him off the back of that saying, if you need to talk, if you want to open up about anything, then please feel free. Because I've got a couple of friends that over the years, a couple of very good friends that have suffered with mental health and are still suffering with mental health. So for me, to see that sort of a tweet from someone that, not that I know, someone that, not that I'm close to, but someone in and around the same circle and same kind of background in terms of what we do on YouTube. Me being me, I offered a handout, and to be honest, looking back now, I'm ashamed of that, considering what it looks like it was masking all of this time. This is the Big Six show. This is my channel, Turkish LDN. Steve, SAEED, Matisse, GRIZZ, and TOBS. You know, I'm not going to ask them for any comment because, in all honesty, you know, like I said, what can I really say? We've all seen what we've seen. We've all read what we've read. If you don't think it's a madness, then you can see yourself off this channel as well, because we should all be in agreement that we're against any sort of domestic violence or anything of the sort. Big up everyone that's there already. That's all I'm saying on it now. This is the Big Six. We've got a lot of football to talk about, people, a lot of football to talk about. So please be respectful in the chat. Keep it to football. I have addressed it, you know, to the best of my ability. I'm as shocked as anyone. I'm struggling to really find the words, and this is coming from someone that does YouTube, to really tell you how shocked I am with what's happened. But let's get into it, people, because there are a few results that we need to delve into. I'm tempted to start with Man United because of the skullfuggery edit, but obviously we've got to start with Man City, Chelsea, because Man City, as the title said, buried Chelsea's title race. I think it's officially over. Not that Matisse thought there was any chance before that, but it is officially over now. Steve, welcome back. And I was going to title this, you know, Man City Premier League champions, but I thought, let me wait.
Nah, you're not going to get that from me. Listen, all I want to say is this, though. I did call this. I called it. When the beginning of the season, when they were telling us Chelsea were this, that, the other, European champions, you'll never sing that, all that bullshit that they come out with. When I went to Stamford Bridge and watched them, I said, they'll fall off. They're not as good as they think they are. And I put my neck out there. I got called salty. You're all about Porto and all that. Listen, what happened in Porto, fair play. You beat us in Porto. But Tommy tapping Tuchel, that ain't happening with him again. Because Pep Guardiola now has thought, right, okay, I dropped a bollock in over there. And he did drop a bollock, in my opinion. And at the end of the day, he's made Chelsea look absolutely average. These last two games, he's made them look average, right? The media now, all of a sudden, is not talking about it. And all of a sudden now, Manchester City's ruining the Premier League, right? But the thing is, people need to respect Pep Guardiola and what's going on. People need to respect it because nobody has ever done this in the Premier League. No one's got these point totals, goal records. The levels are so high now. Pep Guardiola's done that. You know what I mean? He's done that. But people always saying, oh, it's a farmers league now. It's all bullshit. Listen, I watch football with my eyes. And in Porto, Chelsea deserved to win the Champions League. fair play. But this season, I seen again with my eyes that they aren't as good as they think they are. And Manchester City at weekend went out there, and don't forget, yeah, people talking about all this COVID tests and all this bullshit, yeah. We've had academy players on our bench for the last 7 games. We haven't said a word. Our left backs in strange ways, yeah. Okay. Sergio Aguero, greatest player we ever had. He left. We never replaced him. Ferran Torres, up and coming striker. We've sold him. So, you know what I mean? What he's doing now, we're doing it without a striker, but we've got a great squad galvanised by the manager. So, calling the Premier League a farmers' league is a bit of a joke. I don't think the Premier League's over. Man City fans are not going to say it's over. But at the minute, 13 out of 13 wins. You know what I mean? The guy's tearing up English football like it's nothing. So he deserves respect, because anyone else was doing that, we'd be waxing lyrical. But because it's City, it's City, and they've got money and all this bullshit, it's a load of shit. People have just got to take a step back and go, you know what? Fair play. Fair play what they're doing. I said they're going on a run. They're going on a run. I said Chelsea would fall off. They fell off. I've had that many gremlins in my chat talking absolute bollocks, but they've only got one thing to say. Champions of Europe, we'll never sing that. They turned up at the Etihad with a load of balloons, yeah? They all got fucking popped and slung, and then they ended up... Some grown man was driving down that motorway at weekend with a pop balloon in his fucking lap. You know what I mean? That is how bad the Chelsea fucking fan base is. They turned up with the chinos and the birds and the lattes, thinking they're champions of Europe and all this shit, and they got smoked again and slapped up and sent back home. So they need to know the lane. Chelsea aren't in our lane. These cup competitions, you can bumble through them. Tottenham got to the fucking Champions League final, for God's sake. But in a 38-game season, when you've got to keep the levels this high, Chelsea can't do it.
You said that Chelsea would fall off and you and Liverpool would go further. So what happens to Liverpool then?
No, Liverpool have got a couple of games. They can sort of chip away at us if they want, but don't compare yourself to Liverpool, because
I'm just asking, if you're Mystic Steve, then what happens to Liverpool?
You're not. I'm going to tell you, Mystic Steve, come May, you'll see Mystic Steve, innit? That's all I'm going to say.
You weren't Mystic Steve last
We'll see who's got the balloons out in May, innit? We'll see who's got the balloons out in May.
At the end of the day, you went on a ridiculous run, and I think, yes, Chelsea fell off a little bit, Liverpool fallen off a little bit, but 13 wins out of 13 wins is not normal. It's not normal in this league. It might happen in other leagues, maybe in the Scottish League, Rangers sometimes if Celtic are on madness, but 13 wins out of 13 is not normal. I don't think you said many times. You said many times City are going to drop points. Calm it down, everyone. There will be moments where City haven't dropped points. They haven't dropped any points. I'm still waiting for City to drop some points. So what's going on?
I just want respect. I just want respect for Manchester City as a team. I want people to say, you know what you're watching now, because we all respect Arsene Wenger. We all respect Alex Ferguson, what he did in the Premier League. Pep Guardiola's doing things totally different. He's screwing the league up himself, so we need respect for it. He's not moaning about his left back in strange ways. He's not moaning about losing Aguero. He's not moaning about putting academy players on the bench. He's just turning up week in, week out, churning out the results, beating anyone who's in front of him, 1-0, 7-0, 5-0, 3-0. He's just getting the job done, innit? And that's people need to respect it.
What City are doing is not normal. I've said it before. 13 wins out of 13. I can't remember the last team that's done a run that long. So 100% Liverpool. I've looked at Liverpool and Chelsea's results over Christmas. It's not good enough. But even if you add 2 wins into it and it's something normal, City is still well clear, because City 13 wins out of 13 is ridiculous. So I don't think anybody can keep up with that. I don't think anybody can put together that type of run. Not even Liverpool. That's just ridiculous. You have the best depth by far, 100%.
The season you lot won the league, I think Conte did that, didn't he? That was
I don't think. I think
it was like either 10
wins. I think it might be like
10 straight or 13 straight. I can't remember.
It might have been 10. 13 is ridiculous now. I'm still waiting for them to drop points. This is what I'm waiting for here.
But Chelsea have to look at the mirror as well, man. Chelsea have to you can give credit to Man City, but I think Chelsea have to look at themselves in the mirror and say, why couldn't we do, some of the things that you're doing right now? Is it normal as well for you lot?
Well, it kind of is, because the last couple of seasons we haven't been in a title race. This is the first time we've been in a title race.
You know what I mean? £100 million Lukaku.
Huh?
You spent 100 million on Lukaku and you
We
want him
don't need
out.
to do this again because I've told you Chelsea.
No, but we have to. We have to.
It's like Saeed, every time we have
How
this
can you be
discussion,
complaining
never
about
wanna-
100 million
you never wanna
pound
go
talent?
through context. You spent more money than us in the summer, and you are.
No, but
So-
I was talking about Chelsea, man.
No, but my
Why
point
do you
is,
always
you know
deflect it
Chelsea
on
haven't spent
someone
100
else?
million. You know this. You know Chelsea haven't spent 100 million. You know
What have you
Chelsea.
spent? What have you spent on Lukaku?
Yeah, 100
Forget
million.
about
And how much
sold,
did
man.
and how much
Forget
did Chelsea?
about sold.
How many
Why
players
are
did
you
Chelsea
talking
let
about
go?
sold?
How much money did Chelsea make?
I don't care though. We're talking about who's there now. I want
If
to
you
talk
don't
about who's
care,
there.
then how are you talking? How are we having the conversation then? Because
No, but how
you're
can I
looking
not
at
talk
the
about
numbers.
who's there though?
You're not looking at the
Yeah,
numbers.
but am I here to talk about how good Chelsea are about selling players? Am I here or am I talking
Well,
about
then we
Chelsea?
didn't spend 100 million. We spent our own money.
No, but it's true though, isn't it? What
No,
am I here
it's
to
not
talk
true.
about though?
It's not true. If Chelsea spend 100
What's this
million,
guy on
and they
about, man?
sell, hold on. If Chelsea spend 100 million and then they sell 100 million's worth
Yeah,
of
but
talent,
why do I
then-
care
then-
though as a
then-
rival?
Well, why are you bringing it up then? Why
No,
you
because
talking?
that's what
You're
I'm
not making
saying.
any
So you're
sense.
talking about context. Yeah,
You're
but
not
you
talking
always talk
about- you're
about
not making any
context. I'm
sense.
talking about 100 million pound Lukaku. 100 million pound Lukaku.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that?
What? What do you want me to call him? Shit. Bro,
I
I didn't
don't
want him
know. I want your
starting
opinion.
against Man
I'm just-
City. I did not want Lukaku starting against City.
Why not?
I think Tuchel got that
Exactly.
wrong. Because the
Yeah,
last
Toby,
3
you go,
times
you
we
go.
played Man City last season, we didn't have Lukaku. We played very well. We pressed
But
from the
you,
front.
but you,
Yeah, hold on.
wait. Hold on a minute. So the last season when you beat them,
Yeah.
you were championing your club to sign Lukaku in the summer, and
That
now you're
doesn't
saying
mean I wanted him to
and
start
now you're
this
saying
game.
he's a hindrance.
That doesn't mean I wanted him to start
Now you're
this game.
saying your team up against the champions, you shouldn't play your 100 million pound striker.
Because he's not playing well, Toby. Just because I wanted Lukaku doesn't mean I think
Okay,
he should
but can I
start
ask-
every single
can I ask
game.
you a question?
Lukaku is not Leo Messi.
Can I ask you a question though? Like, which one of your attackers are playing well? Like you say,
None of
you
them
say,
are playing
wait,
well,
wait,
which is why you go
one
back
sec.
to basics.
You say
and
that
you do what
Lukaku
you did
get
last season, pressing from the front and being difficult and you create your opportunities from there.
Did
Lukaku
did
is
we-
not playing. We don't
did
know how to.
Lukaku-
We're not
did
playing very
Lukaku-
well with Lukaku.
Did Lukaku play in the reverse fixture?
I don't remember, but the point I'm making is last season.
He did fuck all. He did fuck all as well.
Did
in that one.
you see that performance? They didn't get out their own half, man. They didn't get out their own
half.
half. City dominated them. City dominated. We had 2 or 3 more gears we could go to there.
100%.
You know what I mean? And you know, people were saying to me, "Oh, Jack Grealish didn't play well." Jack Grealish played well because you don't watch Man City. He had to do a job on the left-hand side. He had to track back. It's not all about assists and goals. Manchester City are doing enough assists and goals. We're 13 points clear in the Premier League. Jack Grealish is doing what he's being told to do. He doesn't have to stand out every game. He has to be a threat on the left. He has to do his tracking back. He has to come in when he needs to come in. Jack Grealish is doing just fine. Jack Grealish is sat at the top of the fucking league. There's plenty of players out there that cannot lace Jack Grealish's boots. Jack Grealish is fine.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, we did the job. He dropped Ruben Diaz.
But
He brought
he's
in John
stressing tonight.
Stones.
He's
You know what I
stressing.
mean? He's got
You're
the
making
thing.
stupid points.
We've not even got to say it yet. We've not even got to it. We've not got to it. But all I'm saying is, Manchester City, Pep Guardiola, last year he said, Tommy Tuchel schooled Pep. Well, listen, the only one that's getting schooled at the minute is Tommy Tuchel because Pep's learned his lesson and now he's reversed it. And Chelsea looked average at best. There's problems at Chelsea. I told you that. Players want to leave there. Why would you want to leave the European champions? You've signed a striker for 100 million who came out on TV and basically said he wants to go and play for Inter Milan. What the fuck's going on there? You know what I mean? If Jack Grealish came out and said he wanted to go back to Villa, there'd be a World War III. There'd be a documentary about it. It'd be in every newspaper in the land. But we're sitting top of the league. Man City fans are all potchy balloons and we're happy as a pig in shit. Innit?
100%. That's why I didn't want him playing the game because tactically, for me, it don't make any sense. We're not linking up with him very well. The few times he did get the ball, his touch was loose. He was giving away turnovers for fun.
What attackers are doing well?
The one opportunity he did get the chance to shoot. The one opportunity he did get the opportunity to shoot, he decided to try and pass to Ziyech. Chelsea had a template from last year against Manchester City, and they went against it.
How can I rebut?
Maybe it was a fluke.
So,
how is it a fluke to win 3 times? Saeed?
I'm not even saying it's a fluke last season. I'm not even saying that. Last season, in all of those games, you deserve to win. Cool. I'm talking about this season. None of your attackers are in good form. You keep saying that, and I think both things can be true. You know, Lukaku didn't play well, but Lukaku didn't really have a lot of service. And most importantly, none of your attackers are in good form. You keep saying, oh, if he had dropped Lukaku and brought in Havertz and stuff, but Pulisic was arse non-existent. Ziyech was us, non-existent. When Callum Hudson-Odoi and I can't remember who was the second sub came on, what did they add to the game? And this isn't me dissing these players. This is me saying that I don't think it's as simple as dropping Lukaku and then you revert to last season's performance. Fundamentally, these guys aren't playing well. Your team didn't play well. The only thing that functioned well enough for you on Saturday was your midfield, and even then they got overwhelmed. They got overwhelmed by City's press, and I think your defenders did okay, but your attack completely AWOL.
You're talking about service, right? So if you need service, what do you look to? You look to Reece James, Chilwell, and a few of the attacking midfielders behind them. We don't have two of those wing backs. So now you're looking at the attacking midfielders. Ziyech has been hot and cold. Didn't want him at the club. He's very hot and cold and inconsistent. Pulisic, young player, but was awful on the day, dribbling into no man's land. So what do? In my opinion, you take away the player who needs service, who is limited now. He's not multifaceted, like he said. He needs service, right? So if we can't create that service, then bring more players into the team that can contribute to other parts of the game and other parts of the pitch that can now
like what in attack. You're gonna tell me like Havertz to come on and do nothing but just look a little bit more silkier than Lukaku.
You're saying do nothing, but we would have been better pressing.
No.
There would have been probably more.
I'm not even trying to defend Lukaku here because I think he has been categorically a flop. He's not been good enough. He's not been good enough this season at all. But I don't really think that him switching it for Havertz would have made a huge difference because Kai Havertz has been pony this season. He's been arse for the majority of these matches. And if Lukaku's not even getting the better of Laporte and Stones, what's Havertz going to do? What's he going to do? Honestly, tell me. Matisse, what was he going to do in that game that would have changed your fortunes?
Listen. Chelsea, when they went on that winning run, Kai was playing a long period of that time.
Okay,
so yes, he didn't get all the goals and assists that you would have been back
bro. Why are we talking? Matisse, you're talking about last season.
I've already told you what
this season, but you've had Kai Havertz has played a number of games.
When you go to Manchester City at home, you need intensity from the front, and you need to either press them or you need to be good on the counter attack.
I'm not disputing any of this.
Not good on either of that.
I'm not disputing any of this. The only thing I'm disputing is your point that, as if you brought in another attacker, it would have made your performance better. It wouldn't, because none of your attackers are good. The reason why Chelsea are where they are right now is because your attack, it doesn't function.
I'm not saying we would have won.
Who do you then blame?
But SAEED brought up Lukaku, and I told you I didn't want him to start. End of. I didn't say that it would make us win the game, but I didn't want him to start because I knew once he was on the pitch, I knew he wasn't going to win the game. That's all I'm saying. I knew the result.
I don't think you would have won it with Havertz as well.
With Havertz and with Ziyech.
Can I ask you a question, Matisse? Is it fair to question Tuchel and say why is he not getting the best out of his attacking plays?
I know why. He's not getting the best out of his attacking players because the team from back to front is not suited towards changing formation. Chelsea don't have a Fabinho.
So
Chelsea don't have a Rodri. So if Chelsea switch to a back four, like they did under Lampard, they're going to get exposed in midfield because Jorginho is not quick. That's why you need a real DM6, like a Rodri, like a Fabinho, who you can come in and put in for Jorginho. Chelsea don't have that. Chelsea also don't have fullbacks at the moment. Azpilicueta is not a modern-day fullback to burst up and down like Trent, like Cancelo, like Walker. And the left-back situation is Alonso. He's shit at left-back. He can't tackle. You've seen him give away a penalty before. So Chelsea are playing a back three to be defensively solid. To be defensively solid and be resolute, and it's hampering the attackers. Once we get some transfer windows and we get some players in, then we might be able to be more flexible.
We got to the point.
Well, you've spent, honestly, we hear this. Listen, Lukaku was that's what I'm saying, Matisse. Lukaku was meant to be that guy for you lot in the summer. Last season, it was once we get a proper number 9 in, you splash 100 million on number 9 in, and your attack actually looks worse. You're still relying on your wing backs and defenders to score your goals because your attackers aren't functioning. Yes, I think Thomas Tuchel, I think maybe his system may have a part to play in that, but I think his system has a part to play in that because it helps two other sides of your team very well. It helps your midfield, like you've noted with Jorginho, and it helps your defense. So something has to give. I think he's looking for your attackers to step up, and they simply haven't stepped up. I'm not going to be one of these people that will say, it's Tuchel's fault that Chelsea's attack isn't functioning. Thomas Tuchel is not telling Timo Werner to not control a football and miss 5-yard titters. Thomas Tuchel is not telling Pulisic to just run into cul-de-sacs. He's not telling any of these players to do any of these things. Fundamentally, your attackers are just not as good as you as your fans, you and your fans make him out to be. And Lukaku, I think he can do more to service Lukaku. There were a number of times where, like you noted, a bunch of your players were in good positions to slide Lukaku in, and they didn't do it. Things that he needs to feed on, your team aren't really catering to. But at the same time,
that's why I said there was no point playing him. If you don't know how to service him and they don't know how to pass the football,
then why did you sign him?
There's no point playing him. But at the end of the day, he still lost zero. He still lost all 7 of his duels, so he wasn't good.
Matisse, think of it this way. That game was a make or break for you lot as far as titles.
No, it wasn't.
No, bro. One sec. Listen, the title. Okay, cool, fair enough. The title was done, but that was if you'd won that game, conversation. Even if you'd won that game, the conversation would be okay. Maybe could they get back into this? That was literally. You can shake your head all you want.
I said it before. That's why I'm shaking my head.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. What I'm saying is, it does. Even though you said that, yeah. What I'm saying to you is, if you really wanted to show the league and to show Man City that okay, maybe there's still something in this, that was the game to do it. So going into that game, I think it's unfathomable that you have £100 million that you invested in the summer and you're saying, oh, put him on the bench. For who? What? This is literally like a huge game for you. And you're saying don't play Lukaku.
Because tactically, I think we would have been stronger without him. And maybe we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that.
I'm not even fighting. Normally I'd be argumentative. I'm not even fighting.
I'm not gonna look at his price tag and make that a justification for him to play.
Toby's giving therapy.
I can look
Toby's
at
giving
Kepa's price
advice
tag and say he should start over Mendy just by justifying Kepa's price tag. I'm not gonna do that either.
It's nothing to do with that. He's literally a number 9.
I actually think
some teams don't play with number 9s, and Man City are a great example of that. You're saying that because he costs 100 million, he has to play. For me, that's not how it works.
I actually think that Pep Guardiola thought Lukaku wasn't going to play. I think that's why he put Stones in there instead of Diaz, because I thought if Diaz plays against Lukaku, they're going to have a bit of a, you know what I mean, a bit of a ruckus. And I think he thought, you know what, we need a little bit more pace. Put Stones in there, play it out from the back a little bit better. And obviously the back two, City's Laporte and Stones did well. They haven't played together much, but they did well. But I just think, look, if you look at the manager, he's bought Lukaku 100 million. Okay, let's get that straight, right? But he's got to make that team play. When he was sitting down with the chairman to do the signings, he must have said, look, I want Lukaku because I want to play like this. So he knows how he wants to play. So it's either Lukaku can't play the system he's been brought into, or Tuchel can't work the system around Lukaku. But it's £100 million. He's got to have thought about it and thought, you know what, this is what's going to happen. We've seen Lukaku at Man United, it didn't work. We've seen him in certain places, it didn't work. And then he goes to Inter Milan. You've got to play that way. You've got to play them strengths. Or you've got to say to your wingers, get down at them wings and whiz that ball into him. Just get them balls in, crosses, because he'll get on the end of them. But what I was seeing there is he very rarely moves. He's easy to mark. Do you know what I mean? His first touch is sometimes fucking horrendous. Sometimes he does get it right, but there's a few times where the midfield let him down. Like Toby said, there was gaps in our defence where we were pushing. We did a stupid mistake. Rodri gave the ball away. If the ball's any better, Lukaku's in. He got in once, and Edison made a great save. But I just think there's problems at Chelsea. I'm going to say it. I'm not hating on Chelsea. I'm not. It's just my opinion. You know what I mean? With my own eyes, I just think there's problems there. And listen, it is what it is. I'm happy.
I wouldn't say there's problems per se, but there is issues.
The goal by De Bruyne, by the way, was class.
Oh yeah. You should have spoken
about
that.
The worst mistake Chelsea's ever made. The worst mistake Chelsea ever made.
And Salah.
De Bruyne was the bigger mistake because Salah wasn't very good at when he was at us, but he was still young. But De Bruyne was obvious.
You didn't see Salah very good. That's why he was very good. You just didn't see it. But that's not our problem now. The problem, what I said, look, and everyone's trying to get like sort of flowers, right? Can I get some as well, please? Can I get some flowers?
What for? Depends what it's for.
No, because I'm not gonna. Oh man, you see what I'm saying, man? You're so early with these, man. You're so early, man.
I won't.
But look, I'm not gonna jump in on the Chelsea thing, and look, you guys have said what you said about Chelsea and Tuchel, and I actually think Tuchel needs more time with his attack to try to work out what he wants. But I did say very early on, and Chelsea fans came for me so hard about Lukaku and how he's going to be integrated into this attack and way of playing. And Matisse, I said it to you as well. I said it's becoming interesting to see how Lukaku fits in this attack, because I genuinely don't see how Tuchel plays at Chelsea and how he played at Inter. At Inter, he played with Lautaro literally behind him as a 2. It was literally a 3-5-2 in Italy, with flying fullbacks, literally based around Lukaku. How many headers he scored, how many crosses from Hakimi, and who was the other one? Perisic. How many goals they scored from the flanks was unreal. They literally didn't rely on sort of central midfielders sliding him through per se. It was always a player alongside him. I thought tactical Tommy got it completely wrong. Just like Pep got it wrong in the Champions League final, Tommy decided to go without his 2, in my opinion, most intelligent attackers in Mount and Havertz. He pulled them out and he probably put 2 of the most, what's the opposite of intelligent? Unintelligent. In Pulisic and Ziyech, right? In the one thing you don't do against City is have brainless players who rely on sort of just being not efficient in possession. Yeah, Mount was the chief tormentor in the Champions League final. I think even Steve will admit Mount was probably the standout player along with Havertz, and he abandoned that game plan and went with something completely different. I found that bewildering. The Lukaku one will just play itself out. I don't think Lukaku will be a success at Chelsea. I said it from the start. Whether it's a personal thing now, I don't know. You know, I read the war of words. Like Tuchel came out and sort of said it's not about Lukaku, it's about the team, whatever. I'm not interested in that. I'm just saying from a tactical point of view, do you know how we lambasted Pep for shitting himself, like not shitting it, sorry, overcomplicating it, not playing a DM in the final, but then replicating it at Stamford Bridge, fixing it, sorry, and playing complete midfield. I think Tommy Tuchel, don't know what he done with that selection. I don't know if you agree with that, Matisse. By not playing Mount and Havertz, I thought he made a mad error there. That was
I think the front 3 was confusing. The rest of the team was understandable, but the front 3 didn't make any sense. You're right. It's looking at existing chemistries. There was no existing chemistries between really Pulisic and Lukaku at all. Ziyech looked good against Tottenham, who's the only person that was trying to find Lukaku, but he's very hot and cold. I think Ziyech has struck up a better relationship with Werner from last year. Mount and Kai and Hudson-Odoi have got a better relationship as well. So I think I've seen something where Lukaku's been involved in something like 16 different forward combinations this season. So he hasn't got any relationship with anyone for that matter. But I think for me, like I said, I think where he got it wrong was playing Lukaku, because if we talk about trying to create service for Lukaku, that would come from Reece James, that would come from Chilwell, that would come from Mason Mount.
And if you haven't got that, then adapt accordingly, change accordingly.
Don't use
Absolutely.
it.
That's what I mean, yeah.
We're going to look at some super chats now as well, because Bear are flying in at the moment. We've got 5K in the building as well. Half an hour in. Big up everyone supporting the thing as always. I think we're over 1,000 likes, or coming up to 1,000 likes already as well. So big up you guys. Let's see if we can get to 2K before the show ends. Remember, are you subscribed? Is the notifications bell on? All of those things. Keep up with the shows and what times they're coming at, as well as the description below. Steve, SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, and Matisse. All channel links are in the description below. And Skull Thuggeries as well. The other day, was it yesterday, he brought out the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer video?
Yeah, I think it was yesterday.
Go check that out after the show, because he's done a 10-minute special on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. SAEED makes an appearance, obviously. There's a lot of more goals in there. You're the star of the show, SAEED. I can't lie. You and Skull Thuggery.
Can't lie, man. I'd rather be low key, man. I'd rather be chilling with Steve in Lanzarote, man. You know what I
mean? Let's get some of the super chats in as well. Nobody says Arsenal lose to City, no video. United draw to Villa, a video. So, come on. Look at the way we lost to City, and look at the way United. And on top of that, look at the way SAEED.
At least Matisse, though. At least Matisse, though. Why?
He's got a point.
At least Matisse, though.
You've got a point.
I'm just saying, bro. I don't really see many Arsenal.
I predicted a loss in the Man City game.
SAEED, why are you selling me down the river?
No, because the way you were chatting up Steve, bro, you should have got a something.
I didn't chat to Steve. When did
I feel like the Manx, yeah, it's a little bit of a north-south divide here. Steve, what's going on, man?
I give him enough Gremlin chat while I was on holiday. The Gremlins were.
I'm
Gremlin, where's the Gremlins, man?
On Instagram by
Nah,
Steve. I got it all on Instagram. Did you not see Steve's prop on Instagram?
My son did that for me. My son sent it to me. Went, Dad, give that Gremlin this, and it was Matisse with the Gremlin's head on him.
No way, your son's involved as well.
Yeah, but if you want any edits, Dad, sort me out. I'll sort it out for you. I was like, nice one, mate. Fair play.
Let's get him on board, man. Arsenal fan says, Turkish, do you think we'll get Vlahovic this January? Zephyr says he's saying his goodbyes today at Fiorentina. Honestly, with Arsenal, I don't believe until it happens. So fingers crossed it does, because we need it. But we'll see. 1v1 demons, go Steve, says Rohan. Why UFC? Why does Toby always have so much to say when United lose? You'd think he supports City, Chelsea, or Liverpool. Where does he get the audacity from?
Thank you for the super chat, bro. Keep crying.
Sam says, shout out the haircut crew. The best start ever, says Cleansing. Jack of all spaces.
Big up the haircut crew, man. Big up the haircut crew.
You know what that's about, yeah?
Yeah, just a quick one. There's a couple of Arsenal fans that got in my DMs, and
one
of them had an absolute shit haircut. I said, "You can't speak to me with that shit haircut. I ain't got any hair, but it's better than this fucking hair." So we set up a little group chat called the Haircut Crew, and Premsy's now in it. And big up the Haircut Crew. They've still got some shit trims, man. Them Arsenal fans, man. Bad trims.
Leave it in that group, man. Big up. You told me about that group before, though. Big up everyone in there. Big up to my boys, Grizz and Matisse. 100 SAEED, hold that, my guy. Coutinho gave you flashbacks of Old Trafford in the Europa League. Also, Matisse, if only Kennedy was playing, eh? We've got one here from Josh. Let me just save these ones that are coming in now so I don't miss them. Felt like robbery getting the show for free twice a week. Wanted to make a small contribution to show my appreciation for the time and work you guys put into it. Love for the love, as always. Josh, we appreciate it. Usman says, quality statement, Turkish. Rashford, nah, that statement's real. When you're speaking for yourself, you can be real. When when other people are hiring you and all that shit, that's when it all becomes all messy. But big up Usman. The chats are flying in. Let me save these. All right, cool. Where are we? Steve, you think if Klopp had the squad depth as Pep and had Qatari money, they wouldn't be on similar levels? Klopp's been forced to play Milner.
He's not been forced, man. When they were chasing us up our ass and we were chasing them, everyone was waxing lyrical about Liverpool. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It is what it is, isn't it? You know what I mean? Klopp needs to do his job proper, innit? He's dropping off, innit?
He needs to do his job proper. Joe says, Steve, when will you start to get worried about Pep not winning the Champions League? To be honest, I can answer that for Steve. If you know the journey Steve's been on, then you'd know that he isn't worried about not winning.
If we get the Champions League, it'll be absolutely over the moon. No one more than me. If Pep Guardiola don't manage to do it and he leaves with no Champions League, there's nobody going to be over the moon than me. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Big Steve's back. A lot of men were talking while he was away. They're going to hold smoke tonight. Steve, tell him. We call one game off and we got the whole league rattled. Love to see it. We're in everyone's mouth. Arsenal Football Club. Big up missing, man. I hope you're good. Family all well.
What fan is he?
Arsenal.
Oh, Arsenal. All right.
Timmy says Tuchel getting overrated by the media forced this title race. BT commentators sat there with a straight face and couldn't pick out of Pep and Tuchel over who they'd rather be coached by. Shame. I didn't see that one. That's mad.
There was a lot of shit being spoke.
100 mil players benched. Is what's ruining the league, says Milton.
Sure.
Swipe at City. Steve, you and the 120 fanboys of yours didn't. You and the 120 fanboys of yours didn't make no noise at the Etihad Stadium. It's embarrassing. Tuchel, FIFA best coach of the year.
We outplayed with balloons and fucking chinos on and drinking lattes.
Chinos is like 2010, isn't it?
Chelsea, I told you, polo neck jumpers, chinos, lattes, and having salads with your bird.
We outplayed Liverpool 2 weeks ago, Steve, mate. EM says, Pep is a good manager, but how can you have at one point Mahrez, Sterling, De Bruyne, Grealish, Silva, Torres, Jesus, and Foden all in attack?
It's a cheat team.
Cheat team.
Pep's done 12 wins in a row in 4 consecutive seasons. I don't know if he done 12 wins the year Liverpool won it, though.
Not 4 consecutive, no. I think it's
either side, isn't it?
It will be because it was 18-19 season, and then the year Liverpool won the league, then last season and this season. Actually, did you do it in the Centurion season?
Must
We
have.
went on a mad run that season. Yeah, I ain't got
Must
I
do,
don't
mate.
know the exact games, but we
It's
did.
nuts. Imagine Pep. If not for Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool's brilliance, Pep would have actually done 5 consecutive Premier League titles. Well, if he wins this year's, which I think is a formality now. Like, it's nuts when people say all this fraud nonsense as well. Like, it's nuts to me. It's absolutely nuts.
You know what? I was having this conversation with someone just quick, right, as well. Aguero, Company, Yaya Toure, David Silva, Zabaleta, Joe Hart, all these players, they all left, retired, whatever, and we had to replace them. Now, teams lose big players, and they throw a lot of money at trying to replace them players, and sometimes, well, most of the time, they don't get it right. You've got to big up to the people we brought in to continue from them legends, because they're like City legends. So, you know what I mean? We could have spunked the money on shit, and people always compared it. Oh, we could have signed someone. Oh, yeah, well, Ruben Diaz. We've got Ruben Diaz replaced Company. You know what I mean? You've got Rodri coming into midfield there. No one even speaks about Yaya now. Do you know what I mean? There's things like that. Mahrez came in. Leroy Sané went out. There's things, so you've got to big up the whole Man City structure, the way they're doing it. Listen, it's the best in the world at the minute. That's not me talking shit. I'm talking facts. People get jealous, don't like it, what I call Man City. That's up to you. But I'm sat here watching the best football of my life, so just deal with it. Man City ain't going anywhere.
Ashley says Man City.
They need to go if they need to go somewhere, man. It's getting too much, man.
Hey, Manchester at the minute, mate. You can't. Your lot. I've not seen a United fan, mate, for 6 weeks.
Yeah, man. We're chilling, man. We've got the 20 trophies stacked up in it.
You've also got 24 points behind as well.
Yeah, man.
Man City have 17 senior players. Liverpool and Chelsea have over 23. Chelsea played worse than Burnley in a must-win game versus City. Big up Robbie. Happy New Year, guys. Enjoy the show and content. The gas you guys give each other, especially SAEED, is funny. I'm a United fan, but Steve, you are a legend. Take out the Man City bit. Respect to Khan Saab, Turkish, and the rest. And that's from Australia. Finally caught you guys online. Love for that, Robbie. Appreciate that, my guy. I've seen you here before. I think that must have been when I done an early show. So apologies, we haven't done an early show in a little while. But the schedule's all mad at the moment. So bear with us. At least we're still doing it either side twice a week. Lukaku's right. Chelsea's shite. Is this good for the Prem? Says Regine. City fans will love this, and they should, but they are basically Bayern now. The Prem.
Nah, it's about everyone else, man. It's about everyone else for me now. We need to do better.
It's a mix of both because when you look at their points tallies and all of that, it's crazy. You could have one of the best seasons the Premier League has seen, like Liverpool did a few seasons back, and still come second to Man City.
But I think if you ask GRIZZ as well, that season we went toe to toe, Liverpool won the league. The season before that, when Liverpool was so high up, I think that's a credit to both teams because I think Klopp got his players motivated and said, right, you go match them. And I think Pep looked at Klopp and went, right, you go match them. I've never been as stressed in my life in them title race against Liverpool. Just as I thought we was going to pull clear, Liverpool will win. Then we drop points, then they drop points, but that's a sign of a title race. When we won the league at Brighton that last day, I've told you I was absolutely exhausted, and Liverpool took it to the wire. And I think because both teams were that good and both managers wanted it that much, it was a credit to the Premier League. This season's been different for various reasons, but Pep's kept it consistent. You know what I mean? He didn't panic when Aguero went. We've kept it consistent. Ferran Torres, yeah, you can leave if you don't want to be here. It's just a different animal at the minute. That's why I'm arguing about the respect for Pep Guardiola. Stop talking about the championship manager bullshit that people come out with. Respect it. In 10 years' time, we'll be looking back at this Premier League era under Pep and we'll be respecting him, man.
Yeah, look, serious talk, right? We've had the banter and a laugh, but it's true. It's good we've spent 35 minutes or so speaking about Man City because it is a special thing. I think Toby said it earlier, it's mental. Or was it Matisse? Sorry. That it's mental what they're doing. It is. And we're going to look back. And people that call it a Farmers League are stupid because, in my opinion, 3 of the teams, Chelsea, Liverpool, and City, are probably in the top 5 in Europe. No question about it whatsoever. Look at the semi-finals. Look at the Champions League finals in the last few years. How many representatives have we got? So it's not a joke league at all. It's not. It's literally not. They're just doing something that is pretty unique. And I have to throw Klopp into that equation of fucking elite managers, because you can speak about SAEED. Hear me out, because you can speak.
But because you try and do this all the time, Chris.
I tell you why, because it's facts though, and I know you don't like hearing facts. This is where you cover your face, right?
No, it's not, man.
True. It's true because look, if you can talk about Pep and the accusation of money thrown at it, I joke with Steve all the time, but they're not the only fucking team or club that's thrown money at it. Look at your mob over there. Look at so many other mobs. Everton just have spent 500 million, right? 500 million for doing fuck all. It's not just about throwing money about it. It's about, and Pep doesn't shy away from the fact that he says, give me money because I will buy players that will win you leagues in style. And he's done that. Like I bantered Steve last couple of seasons ago when I said he hasn't got the ball for it. Let's see if he changes it around, whatever. If he's in a dogfight, he always backs down. The guy has done it without a striker. Now I don't think it's out of luck. I think it's by design. I genuinely believe that. I know Steve sometimes disagrees about they need a striker. I don't. I think it's by design. I think he's formulated the false nine at Barcelona and developed it behind in training sessions. And now you're seeing pretty much the finished article, the original false nine. I don't know if he created it. Some people in the chat might say some other managers created it, but I think he was one of the first pioneers of the false nine. And he's revolutionized it, and they're playing a brand of football that is comparable to the Arsenal, literally the Arsene Wenger Arsenal. That's the only one I can compare it to. Really, we're a total different animal. We play differently because we haven't got the resources. So Steve's right, Klopp has motivated our squad and our players to be the only fucking rivals of theirs. And it would be, as Toby says, 5 wins in a row if it wasn't for us. Now, I will 100% admit that unless Klopp adds another Champions League or Premier League before he goes, it will be disappointing that we didn't win more. I will 100% hold my hands up and say that. But if he does, we will look back at this period as one of the best periods of the Premier League era in terms of quality, 100% quality. And that's all I've got to say on this matter for now.
For sure. I think you kind of mentioned the Farmers League comments. 7-0 lead, 6-3 Leicester, and other similar results, and 13 straight wins. You won't see this in other, quote, Farmers Leagues, and people still saying the Premier League is the best in the world, but still respect to City. Taha says, give City their due respect. Pep and those owners created a winning machine top to bottom. If it was just about money, look at United. Shambles. Come on, you Gunners. Toby attacking is not only limited to goals. Havertz makes better and more frequent runs, and his link up is good. He makes the team better, period. Going back to
this fluidity nonsense again, Mr. Fluidity.
It's not nonsense, man.
It's not nonsense if you just watched it.
Bro, I watch it, but it's not going to save you from losing against Man City.
I'm not saying it would, but listen, we only just lost by the odd goal. It's very fine margin.
But that's my point. That was literally the point I said. I said if Havertz comes into the team, it doesn't change the outcome of the result. It doesn't. It barely.
Well, we don't know that, but yeah.
Okay.
Pep spent 1 billion. Tuchel's only spent 100 million. Adam says Matisse paying for all his sins against United right now. Yeah, we're in the mud, but you're right there with us. So allow
no, we're not.
You ain't the professor. If you know, you know. Toby, we put Spurs in a spliff. Stop talking about us.
Thank you.
Mars says maybe if City were playing Inter, Lukaku was going to get service. Jamil, fundless Saint-Germain, better pay Salah his money. Arsenal out here ducking matches, pregnancy test settings. Yeah, it is what it is. Father of Tuchel and Klopp, they said, Gegenpress my booty cheeks. UEFA Champions League football out of the window for United indefinitely. Algeria having a stinker. Good for you, Steve. Yeah, they have been so far. Big up Sierra Leone. Looking at the bigger picture, who created this unbalanced squad of attackers? Who hired and fired different coaches? The coward board. We lack ethos. Abdi Fattah. Our midfielders don't play forward to Lukaku. He makes runs but don't get the service. The only one who does that is Kovacic, and City squad been together for a while. They know how to win the league. SB says Lukaku is very poor, but Tuchel is not free from blame. In my opinion, he should switch the formation, but it's tough because he doesn't have the players for a back four. You see how the contrast in opinions in the chat, in the super chats there. Would Mendy have saved Kevin De Bruyne's goal?
I think so.
Yeah,
Potentially. It was a good goal. Let's
Oh, no, it's a bad boy goal.
Just got to give credit. I mean, he probably would have, but listen, that's not where we lost the game.
Crazy goal. Crazy goal.
Yeah.
SAEED would give up Rice and Hillib for Tuchel. Now he's questioning him. Reactionary fraud, says Reggie.
SAEED.
Well, what's Hillib? One of the country foods.
It's rice and meat. It's our traditional rice and meat.
Yeah.
Like biryani.
Yeah.
Can you treat me, please, to that? Some of that. Can you treat?
Yeah. We'll go down there in North London or something.
Say no more. Say no more.
You're promising me all this food. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you wanted to go to the Turkish gaffs. You were like Turkish gaffs.
I do like the Turkish though, I've got to say. But the
That's what I'm saying, isn't it?
you guys was eating some mad shit there. I don't know, you're going to have to educate me.
You're going to have to educate me.
I'm going to get the Somalis to come to there, you, man. Don't be chatting shit, you.
There's a big Somalian population in Manchester, isn't it?
Yeah, big man. Big
He's the leader, man. He's the leader.
You must have some restaurants there as well.
Yeah, we have some down there, man. I got a couple around there if you man are available. You know what I mean? When there's a game in Manny, I'll take you down, man.
One of the link ups we'll do. Obviously, we're linking up like in the next couple of weeks. We'll do another live show. The next one, we link up down your sides, but we'll see.
Yeah, man.
Sure. Subscribe to all 7 of you. Big up, Big Steve. I was wrong about you. You are a legend. Bear love to all of you from Libya. Big up, Bashar, man. Love for the love, my guy. Undisputed says facts, and Mount was the reason Pep didn't play a defensive mid in the final because he had both Rodri and Fernandinho on the ropes in the previous 2 games. Turkish, you give Thuggery a 5-year contract before he goes Hollywood. Man is a genius. Big up the guys on the panel. Trust me, it's all mad. I'm gonna have to give out a few 5-year contracts soon, man. I can't. Everyone I think on this team deserves a 5-year contract, but you know it is what it is. Sponsors. Holla at me. Where's the sponsors at? There's 5.5k in the building. Sponsors next season, we're available. You know, come sort it out. We'll talk.
We're not talking shit sponsors. We're talking big sponsors, innit? You know what I mean? We've had a few shit sponsors that want sponsors. We're not doing that. This is elite. The Big 6 show is the best show on YouTube. I don't care what anyone says. So if anyone's dads, granddads, uncles, aunties got a big company that wants to get involved in the Big 6 show, get into Turkish's DMs. You know what I mean? Because I need a pay increase because I need to go on more holidays because I need my hair keeping this colour. Yeah?
I'm gonna go check Red Tomato in Leytonstone tomorrow.
You in that spa anyway.
Red Tomato can sponsor my channel, no problem. I'll paint my face like Jerry the Bearer. I'll come on here like a giant tomato. I ain't got no issue with that.
I'm telling you, that's gonna be jokes. I'm gonna chat to him. He's a cool guy as well.
Chat to him, man. If he wants me tomatoed up, I'm ready for it.
Big energy. Big energy is back, Tobes. Big up all of you, man. Apart from Tobes, quote, thank you for the super chat, Coutinho. I said Coutinho. Who is winning the battle for 7th, United or Wolves? Right, it's too early to say. It's too early to say. We'll talk about that later on. If Arsenal win their games in hand, they go 2 points behind Chelsea. Clearly, Tuchel underperforming. Look at Arsenal's squad. Yeah, well, let's see how those games. Well, Burnley just cancelled their midweek game, and we got Burnley this weekend. So let's see if that one happens.
Yeah, everyone cancelling the games now. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Sympathy for Grizz.
Steve, SAEED, Gremlin, Tobe, and Grizz. Class show as always. Keep smashing the content. One of the best shows. Ericsson's back in the Prem. Let's go. Toby, spit game to these men about the greatest 10 to have ever graced. My God, Nicholas.
Bruv.
My God. It's all mad what you just said there, my guy.
I love Ericsson, but yeah.
Of a lot. So
you need him, but you need him.
Thank you.
Greatest 10 to ever grace the Premier League. When did you start watching the Premier League, boss?
You must have just had Tottenham TV as well, mate. Because I don't know.
I think I recognize him. He's so he comments on my tweets sometimes on Twitter. He's from Denmark, innit? So literally any Denmark player,
They got Denmark, man.
there in the comments.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell's abuse on Twitter. That brother. The only time now is when I picked up Christensen.
Big up, man.
No one dares criticize a Danish player around.
Yeah.
He will do a madness. But he's cool, man. He's cool.
Steve, Joe says, don't let SAEED get out easy today. We're going to move on to Man United next. Will says, it's funny how the same people saying City squad is too good are the same people who said it's going to be the closest title race ever back in September. Remind us in the comments, my guy. Remind us so I can remind Thuggery. Boy,
it's not funny. It's not funny. Why is it funny?
Why is it not funny?
The guy goes, "It's funny." It's not funny.
Oh yeah, it could be funny if Thuggery gets his hands on it. Big
No,
up,
man,
Steve.
it's not funny.
Big up, Steve. Stop comparing the 3-point win to the Champions League. SAEED said it was all Ole's fault, and now it's the players.
Oh, let's talk
Oh,
about
damn.
it. Please. Let's talk about it, please.
Oh, damn.
Listen,
Oh, man. No, man.
nobody really said that. That guy needs to stop impersonating people,
Let's
man.
talk
Yeah,
about
fuck
it,
you.
please. Let
Not
me
again.
loose.
Not again.
Not again.
SAEED has said that much shit, right?
Don't go anywhere.
He said,
Don't
That
go
guy goes
anywhere.
somewhere.
out there. So look, he's gone. The balaclava's gone now.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
I've never seen a guy go from winning the quadruple to sat in his bedroom with a balaclava
Next.
so fast in my life.
Listen, man. It's all part of being a fan, eh? You know.
Yeah, where is
Part of the
the
journey, you know,
balaclava,
Steve,
by the
that.
way? Where's the
It's all part of
balaclava?
the journey, Steve. You know that. Go on.
Yeah, you used to slag my journey. My journey went from the bottom to the top. Yours going from the top all the way to the bottom, mate.
Yeah, with a bit of oil money helped in it. You know what I mean? You didn't have the oil money. But yeah, go on. Still really
Yeah,
super chats,
who win the league? Spurs or United? We'll get into Spurs and United soon. SAEED's brothers on me. Next time we play you lot.
Right?
Money making Mitch. I don't know what that's
I don't know
about.
who
It's
that
not
is.
that Pep has money. It's that Klopp does not have the money to compete with Pep. Squad depth wins you cups, titles, but most fans don't realize. And Tommy says, big up Tobes, since it seems
up,
like
man.
I'm the only Spurs
Legend.
fan that watches this show. But if the big, well, you had that Nicholas guy talking shit about Ericsson a minute ago. So there's two of you. But if the big six, but thank you for the super chat, Nicholas. But if the big six ever go on tour, hit my line if you're ever in Hollywood. We got you guys. I know Steve keeps on banging on about we can do a little tour. So maybe by the end of the season,
Big six on tour, but we need to wait for Matisse to get his ID because he's not allowed to drink in certain states in America.
big up. Aye.
Bro, you know what's so funny about Toby? I'm gonna end up out drinking him, and it's gonna be a shambles. Make sure you not record that.
Yeah, I think you got some Irish blood though, so yeah.
Don't make excuses. Don't make excuses.
Big up to you, man. Love the show. Turkish been out here promoting the Big Six channel for over a year now. Has it been over a year?
Yeah.
I think over here, yeah.
Just yeah.
Started in November,
It
isn't
could be
it?
still. It could be. Are you running some Ponzi scheme, bro? Nah, listen, it's coming. It's coming. This is coming. Trust me, it's coming. I'm not lying to you. It's just that when two of the people live in Manchester and then the other four are different parts of London, and Matisse sometimes in Ireland and sometimes here, and he's all over the gaff, Sky Sports and all that. It's hard to really get the six together, and I don't want to cut corners for the channel. It needs to be us six. It can't just be 4 of us, 5 of us. For me, the point of it is us 6 make the big 6. So bear with me, PF. Bear with me, my guy. Turkish, my family. I have Rona. Get well soon, my guy.
Get well soon, bro.
Symptoms ain't too bad. I have big 6 show. Yeah, man. Chin up, my guy. Chin up. Listen, we need to move on because 57 minutes in. There's a few more super chats. I'll save them.
Yeah, keep them going, man. Turkish, I'm all right, me. Keep them going.
No, bro.
Get on him.
You have to think about the people, innit? They spend
Nah, bro,
their money,
bro.
innit?
We on you now. We on you, brother.
I'd rather you guys talk and then I'll receive.
No.
I feel like I've
We
always
want
done
you
that.
to talk.
I want to know what the fuck's going on with Ragnick because Martial,
Man, leave Ragnick alone, man.
Ronaldo's
German doctor will
cussing
come
the
of it, you know
youngins,
what I mean?
saying they're barely even finished breastfeeding and they're getting cussed off.
Nah,
like, what's
man,
going
it's a
on?
long surgery.
Bro, and also, bro, what going for Ragnick and Martial? Like, who's doing up Twitter
I'm on the
fingers? Is
fence,
it
man. I'm on
Ragnick
the
or is it
fence.
Martial? Because
I'm on the fence with that, man.
Oh, he's on the fence. Get off the
I'm
fence,
on the
bro.
fence,
Come,
man.
get
Yo,
up.
listen, we're chilling. The fence is comfy, man. The fence
I
is
didn't think
comfy.
you had that much balance to be on the fence with SAEED, bro.
Listen, we're chilling, bro. But the thing for me though is that I'm just gonna say it's a long surgery, innit? You know what I mean? The doctor's working, so don't expect a quick fix. You know what I mean? We're not going Turkey. You know what I mean? We're going to Germany. We're going to, you know, the proper places where you get
You
proper
said you
surgery.
could win
So
the Champions League like Chelsea. That's what you said.
yeah, that's in May. That's in May, innit? So come back to me then, innit?
Oh, but you had the opportunity to retract.
We're in the
that,
we're in
still
the last
didn't.
16
Oh
of the
my God.
Champions League against Atletico Madrid.
You had the perfect
So, you know,
opportunity to retract.
we're living
that
the life.
statement. You could have
Sorry?
just retracted the statement. The same thing with me saying we're out the Premier League. Just
The
retract.
thing is, I didn't
Just
say. I didn't say we're gonna win the Champions League. I said
you did.
we're
You
contenders.
did.
No, I never.
I said he was going to win the Champions League.
No, I never said that. I never said that.
Skull
I said.
Bugger, bring the clip.
Nah,
You know
I
when to
didn't
make
say it.
retractions.
I didn't say
It's
it.
not hard.
I said we're contenders. It's
You said you
possible,
could win.
United-
You said you can win the Champions League. That's what you said.
Well, is it mathematically possible? Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's
I
sake.
could win the
There
lottery
you
at
go.
weekend. I could win the lottery at weekend. They ain't going to fucking win it.
Yeah, you're probably good.
You
know
are
what I
the
mean?
king of
You're doing it
shameless.
every week.
You are the king of shameless.
Listen. It is what it is. The thing with Rangnick and Martial, I'll get to that, but we bottled it, man. For me, it's a loss. That forget 2-2 and all that. I don't want no draws. We lost that game. We bottled it. Some of the players are just weak in it. They're just the mentality is it's a joke, mate. It's actually laughable. So, you know what I mean? We're 2-0 up, and then Coutinho comes up, and I genuinely thought the game was done. He comes up, and I'm thinking, listen, sit back down, mate. The game's done. Little did I know, he turned into 2014 Coutinho that played for Liverpool. It's crazy. Did he get 2 assists or something like that? Mad. He changed the game for them.
He
He
scored
gave
one of
them
them,
that.
mate.
Yeah,
Well, there you go. He scored one of them. You know what I mean? That's how much I was just. My head was lost, mate. Like, seriously, he changed the game for them, man. And we're just shit in it. Like, I'm going to be honest. The thing is with me, yeah, and that's why I was going mad at Matisse was, yeah. I'm openly admitting United is shit at the minute. Like, we're just shit. You know what I'm trying to say? So, at the minute, nobody can really come at me and say,
Yeah,
well,
but Saeed, you know your problem,
you-
yeah.
you-
You know
Go on.
when you say at the minute, you literally mean
At the minute.
No. I mean this year, innit? I mean this year.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
think
yeah.
Man United are shit. 11:09, you might think you're gonna win the Champions League again.
No.
Exactly.
That ain't gonna happen. No.
Facts.
That could go. That thought can go right now because we've got a lot of shit to deal with, and I think for me, anything that's ahead of me, I'm not dealing with it right now. Right now, we're shit, and I'm scared of Brentford. That's my mentality in a minute. I'm thinking about how we're gonna get points from Brentford, little old Brentford. You know what I mean? That's what.
Is that where you are now as a football club, Man United, that you're scared of Brentford, isn't it?
Yeah, really.
So
I don't know
are
if we're
you
gonna get
ready
3
to
points.
retract
Just
it?
so
You're gonna
everybody
finish
knows,
ahead
yeah,
of us?
how many points
Yeah.
behind that small club, Man City are,
I don't know, man. Why did you glow about it? You know
I'm
what
just
I mean?
going,
We're behind Chelsea. We're top
Because
4,
what
mate.
we've
We're
had
not
to,
thinking
what
about
we've had to
title.
listen to this season is this, yeah?
Yeah.
We've got Champions League Varane. We've got Jadon Sancho. You even put a billboard up saying, welcome to real Manchester. And then we had all the Muppets Christmas Carol all about CR7th and Ronaldo's back home and we're going to do the quadruple. We've had to listen to all that shit. Now, for me to
Good
hear
times,
you
man. Good
say,
times.
I am scared of Brentford, it's fucking music to my ears.
Mate.
Manchester now at the minute is full of City fans taking the piss. Any City fans, if you're milkman, the dog walker, your mum, your dad, your granddad's a red, get stuck right into them Reds because if the shoe was on the other foot, they'd be on our necks. So any
Listen,
City fan
I
out
know
there,
some people,
ring
man.
your uncle who you haven't heard from for 6 weeks, the red one, yeah, and tell him he's a twat.
I'm not even kidding you. I've actually got messages of saying that I'm a City fan now, and I'm not a United fan anymore. I've actually got
in my
messages.
DM, Steve, can we be accepted in Man City? No, you can't. Piss off back over to the swamp and swing in the car
I'm serious,
with the rest of the wankers in it. We don't want
Talking
you on
about
our side
Swee,
now.
did you see? Talking about Swee, yeah. Did you
Yeah.
see the most fucking embarrassing thing ever? I don't know, Steve. You might have missed it because you're not on Twitter.
What was it?
Lads, did you guys see the official Man United account tweeting?
Yes.
Does
yes.
anybody else go around
Yes.
saying find
Yeah,
themselves
I
going
saw it.
Swee in the
Yeah, I know
daytime?
they're a joke, but they're a
Yeah.
joke.
You
Man. If only I
fucking
could get hold of that
idiots.
social media account, man.
What is your club? Now, when I said Man
We're a
United, had
PR
a new-
machine, Steve.
I love
We're
it,
a
mate. I
PR
love
machine.
it.
when I
I
said
love
you had
it,
a new
though. I
banter
love it.
club, I was not joking. I was serious.
Yeah,
serious.
I'll
this.
take that. I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that now.
You
know what
are
I mean?
the
But
new banter club.
you know how
Arsenal are
bad
not
we
the
are,
banter
yeah?
club enough.
You know how bad we are. United are posted.
Steve, the official account going around. Does anybody else
I
go
know,
around
yeah.
saying "swee" in the
I didn't see
randomly
this.
in the day?
Yeah.
You know, they did something worse than that, though. They did something worse than that. The other day on Instagram, they posted a pitch or a video of Alexis Sanchez's goal against Newcastle. And I was there that day when we came back from 2-0 down. And Alexis Sanchez said, I should never have gone to that football club the day after he left. He made a whole interview about it. And they posted Alexis Sanchez on their Instagram page. So Was you telling me that this club and this social media? I know myself. We're a PR machine. As soon as someone has a bad game, they're making statements out and making essays and they're making me have to proofread. You know what I mean? That's how bad it is. I'm being serious, man.
Yeah, no,
So,
that's serious as well.
I
When
know
players
my
come
club
out
at the
with
minute.
pure dissertations
Essays.
like of you know,
Yeah, I'm
200,000
proofreading, man.
words every time they lose. That's the worst as well.
I know. So my club at the minute is toxic. It's a joke right now, and the Martial thing just only kind of like topped it off for me. You know what I mean? The journalists knew what they were doing. We lost the game. Sorry, we kind of lost the game. 2-2. They brought the story out. You know what I mean? Just to kind of compound United in a minute. I personally don't believe. I don't know who's telling the truth, and I think for me, as a United fan, you guys can say what you want, but as a United fan, I shouldn't really take sides because Rangnick has his say. What kind of benefit does he have lying from it? But also Martial's got a football career, and would he lie to say that that he didn't want to play? I don't think he would. So someone's got to really come out here and say, right, this is what really happened, or is it the club PR and they want to try and deflect the result away from what I mean, and they want to put Martial in there, and you know what it's like with the whole media against Martial and whatnot. They want to try and deflect it on him. So it's all a little bit of a blame game. There's PR working overtime, and it's just all of a joke, mate. And now, I mean, you tell me, I can't wait until he gets upstairs, me, and let him do his proper job. Because right now, mate, what I mean? It's not looking good, is it? So that's my kind of view. We're just shit in it. That's all I can say in it.
Who's going to take the main job? Who's going to take the main job?
Who wants to come to United in a minute with this?
Hold on a minute. Mate. I said this on a previous show and Toby, I think, when Man United's still a big draw, but I said no. You, in the right mind, as an up and coming manager now, is going to look at that job and think, I'll have a go at that job because it's a poison chalice, mate. I'm telling you now, it's not the place it was.
I still think they can pull a top manager.
There's only one man can save Man United, and that's Neil Warnock. But I don't think he'd come either.
Oh, no, the best. Now you know what? To completely top it off, banter of banters, Rafa Benitez. He's free
get
now.
Rafa in.
Get Rafa in. That would be the best ever.
Seriously, man, I'd give my season to get away, mate.
I can't lie. They should get Rooney in, and then
I'll buy it off you.
Yeah, get Weetabix in. Get Weetabix in, and you'll be.
Yo, respect to Rooney, man. Yo, listen, you have to give Rooney credit, man. What he's doing,
I ain't respecting shit, mate. I ain't respecting Wayne Rooney. He didn't respect me.
He's bigger than your club, mate. He's more relevant than your club, so you need to.
No, he's not, mate. Stop clapping up to the past. He's 24 points behind Man City.
No, but don't respect Rooney, then, innit?
Scared of Brentford, mate.
You better Rooney.
Come out your bedroom, really, Brentford ain't gonna work.
It's more relevant than your whole club, man.
Can I speak?
He's not a new saviour.
Let Grizz speak, man.
Can I speak on Coutinho and Steven Gerrard? Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it. I'd rather.
There we go.
What do you mean by that?
No, I want to hear it.
Okay, you speak about Phil Coutinho.
No, I want to hear it.
That here we go with cheeky. Don't even try.
Yes, cheese don't need for him. Go on, you speak about because it needs to be spoken about because big game 2-0 down. He didn't start him off. That's what you call a proper coach as well because he didn't start. The hype would have been just throw in Coutinho against Man United. Steven Gerrard. It just shows me that he's improving all the time. A lot of people doubting Steven Gerrard, but he's done a fantastic job there already in a short space of time. And the way he's got them playing, my God, they rattled Man United over 2 games. And it doesn't matter how shit Man United are, still going to Old Trafford and rattling them. He hasn't got a striker yet that he wants. Ollie Watkins and Danny Ings is probably not, cutting it for him. But the rest of the team, he's got one of the most rated centre-backs ever in Tyrone Mings.
Tyrone Mings, yeah.
Oi. No, he's pure dog shit. I'm telling you, him and Lascelles of Newcastle. I said it. I said 2 of the worst centre backs you're ever likely to see that people actually rate.
Light skin privilege. That's what it is, Grizz. They're terrible.
What privilege?
Light skin privilege. It makes people think they're decent. They're terrible.
You said the shots too much, yeah.
I don't know about that. You know what I mean?
No, it's the truth. Lascelles is awful.
Donkeys, man.
Mings is trash.
But Steven Gerrard done well again. Did it 2-0 down, knew what the time to bring in, introduce Coutinho. And Coutinho, look, a lot of Liverpool fans split opinions about him. He gave me I've got some wonderful memories of Coutinho. And he enabled us to win the Champions League and Premier League on the back of his sales. So, look, he wanted to go to Barcelona. Every kid that's born in that part of the world dreams about Barcelona as they were a kid. At least he was honest about it. Like, look, I want to go to Barcelona. He made it very clear he wanted to go. fair plays to him. He's come back. I haven't got no grievances against him, but to see him back in the Premier League, as long as he doesn't do it for us, you know what I mean? And then when he does it for against teams like Man United and hopefully City and Chelsea or wherever,
He literally
you know what I
changed
mean?
the
It'll
game.
bring a smile. It'll bring a smile to my face. That's all.
I want to talk about a player who, for me, is a brilliant player, and I don't know why. You know, maybe Premier League will come after me, but Jacob Ramsey for me dominated United for 2 games. This guy is a serious baller, mate. And people talk about Jude Bellingham. Is he English, by the way? This James Ramsey.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Mate, you know, it's similar to
James
kind
Ramsey
of,
doesn't really sound Swedish, innit? What's that?
Jacob Ramsey. Jacob Ramsey,
Ramsey.
sorry. Yeah, listen, people talk about Bellingham here, and I know Bellingham's a hot property, but he's similar to that mold, man. He's very, very versatile. He's box to box. He can dribble with the ball. You know what I mean? He's a proper talent. He's
But
only
you know,
like
you talk
19,
about
20.
Bellingham. You know, you talk about Bellingham. Both of them have got younger brothers who apparently are even better.
Yeah, Bellingham's brother, he's at 15 or something, made his debut
Apparently,
for Birmingham, yeah.
Apparently,
Joe Bellingham is supposed to be better, yeah. Joe.
We know our football, man. We've been scouting, man. We've been scouting.
I nearly forgot there was predictions to do. So SAEED, you might as well Brentford.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know, man. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Man.
Man, I swear down, man. I'm losing it, man. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it, man. 1-1 in it. Fuck it.
Where is it?
I think in Brentford ground, man.
Wow, we're gonna get roughed up.
1-1.
Man. Listen,
GRIZZ?
listen. You can't blame me, man.
Brentford, Man United. Is that Brentford? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's a tough one, man. I'm gonna go 1-0 United. 2-0 United.
2-0, yeah. 2-0 United. Locked in. TOBS.
2-1 Man United.
2-1 Man United. Matisse.
Who's at home? Is it Brentford?
Yeah.
I'll go 2-1 Man United as well.
Yeah, that's what I'll put down. 2-1 United. Steve.
1-0 Brentford.
1-0
Knew it. I knew he was going to do it.
1-0 Brentford. Big Steve's mystic predictions are
He's
back.
shitting himself in his bedroom, shitting himself about Brentford. So Brentford, you know, the whole team's probably shitting himself.
You know what? Go on, Saeed.
Now, I'm just saying, man, they've been playing well against the teams at home. Away from home, Toby will let Toby do that. But for me, at home, you know what I mean? They've been playing well. They've been giving teams a hard time.
Yeah, they've been inconsistent though. That's the problem with Brentford so far. But they've probably been the best. Not probably, they are the best of the ones promoted so far. Matisse, back to you for Chelsea, for Brighton Chelsea, because I forgot to round up the Chelsea part with the predictions for that game. Brighton Chelsea.
I've been to 2 Brighton games in the last couple of weeks, man. They're good. They're very good, but we need to win this game. I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea.
2-1 Chelsea. Yeah, I'm going 2-1 Chelsea as well. Steve?
Is it at Brighton?
Yeah.
2-0 Chelsea.
2-0 Chelsea. SAEED?
I think they'll win. 1-0 Chelsea.
1-0 Chelsea. GRIZZ?
Yeah, 2-0. Brighton can't score, man. They're a bad boy team, though. We're very well coached, but just that Morris Malpai or whatever his name is, yeah, man.
Neil.
I said Morris.
Why'd I call him Morris, man?
Morris Malpai, you know.
Wow.
Well, you don't wow me. You've said some crazy shit in the past. Don't let me remind you, wow.
Yeah, but like Matisse says, context, innit?
Morris Malpai is decent.
Morris, man, like Morris. TOBS?
I would normally go for a draw, but they're missing quite a few players, so I reckon Chelsea will edge this one, unfortunately. So I'll go 1-0 Chelsea.
1-0 Chelsea.
Why did you speak a boom when you said that? 1-0 Chelsea. You speak of a boom.
You're trying a new technique now, man.
Special effects.
Hate Chelsea, innit?
No way. What? No way.
That's a shock, innit?
No way.
Yes, 1-0, yeah, that's it, yeah?
Yeah, 1-0.
Cool. SAEED, why are you coming fast? Obviously from earlier. Big 6 coming to the States soon, hopefully. Quadruple, says Matthew. Listen,
No one said that.
bro, I went through it last night to find your name. There's over like 500 people blocked. I'm gonna go through it again to find your name. You can help me by commenting your channel link, the www. in the comments, and I'll get you unblocked better that way.
Just unblock everyone, man. That's what I done.
Oh, mate,
That's what I would
yeah.
Opening Pandora's
You're
box, man.
bloody stampede in that chat.
All that good work the mods have done over the year, yeah, just done.
Stampede in that chat.
They always say though, you're banned for a reason, isn't it? That's what they say though.
Facts.
Yeah.
I've got 2,000 blocked on Twitter.
Raw, that's a lot, man.
I don't
Yeah.
fuck about. I don't fuck about.
It's because you told them transfers and they,
I love it,
You
bro.
ain't got time to listen to you.
Yeah, don't let them fuck
Mbappe and all that.
around with you. Simple, good.
You go on. Reggie's back. Pep Klopp made 10 plus senior signings en route to winning their first title. Tuchel has signed Lukaku. He's barely made an imprint on this squad. Usman says Greenwood receives the ball with R9 at near post, CR7 far post, and Messi sprint on the overlap. Which foot does he use to cut in and shoot?
Right foot probably.
Milo says, in the beginning of the season, Toby is the only one to say that Lukaku would hardly hit 20 goals in the Prem. He knows ball. Toby did say that, and I thought he'd be fucking top scorer. What do I know?
Fair play.
Watch how Man U end up with Rooney. Oh, I didn't mention that as manager next. Imagine. Missing the gherkin press and pickle press. Shake my head. Enjoyment. It ain't easy. It really isn't. How can a guy get clipped so much? Who's paying him to talk about his club like this? But continue it, oh.
It's when you love your club, innit? You know what I mean? It just sends you crazy. You know what I mean?
Big up Diallo. Real talk. Matisse, are Chelsea now in the top 4 race?
Nope, I'm not doing it. I refuse.
But you are though, Matisse.
I refuse to be involved.
What happens if you do get?
I'd rather do the denial thing. I'm not involved.
Matisse, what happens if you do find yourself in the
Not
top
involved.
4?
Then I'll just move on swiftly to other competitions. I'm not involved.
Nah, you can't move on swiftly, my brother.
I'm not involved.
Will says, Tom's on your neck, He loves it. Will says Conference League run has a nice ring to it. Dexter here says allegiance aside, De Bruyne is on a different level even after injury. Hybrid mix of playmaker, DM, and central attacking midfielder. Salah wasn't good at Chelsea, but Jose letting De Bruyne go is unforgivable. Somalian isn't a word. Somali, my bad.
I thought Somalian was. Yeah.
I don't even know who said it. It might have been me, but yeah. Thanks for correcting me if it was. Best football show on YouTube, says Mike. Big yourselves up. Keep up the good work. P.S. Turkish, don't forget. Quote, you and James need to grow your balls. How can I forget that, man? Full-time reaction after that performance against Liverpool. I had a man telling me that I need to grow my balls. It's crazy. Facts, Grizz. How Mings gets ahead of Tomori is mad. And Sheets, I did see a couple of your chats, but they was regarding something I addressed at the beginning of this video, hence why I've skipped over them. I'll tell you that I did skip over them. If you want to know my feelings on what you wanted to ask me about, just go to the beginning of the video. It'll be there. Midweek, I'm going to be doing a video solo on my channel Wednesday, midday again. I guess that's another opportunity. If anyone wants to ask me anything, you can ask me. But like I said earlier, there ain't really much I can tell you guys. I'm as shocked as anyone else is. I'm sorry for my comments earlier. Love everyone, and that's for the correction. SAEED and GRIZZ are my uncles from another mother. Come on, you Gunners. Some love for SAEED and GRIZZ there as well. Big up you. And remember, Brentford are signing Ericsson. Yeah, it looks like Ericsson's on his way back. Not too sure.
Good to see.
Yeah, not too sure how serious it is. Yeah, does it look like it's going to go over the line? Is he coming back for sure, or is it still talks?
I'm not sure.
Be a good signing for them.
It would be. I bet Steve blocked all the United players except Ole at the wheel.
Yeah.
I said, yeah. All right, cool. 2 predictions in, 1 left. There's a League Cup semi to kind of, I guess, touch on.
Is it going to happen, though? Is it going to happen, do you reckon?
I don't know. Someone sent me a tweet from someone. I don't know who the someone is. That
said some random guy called like Sam Cunningham said that.
Yeah, Twitter's full of them fake journalists.
Yeah, you lot might look to postpone that.
I'll look into it. Leave it to me.
Just to go around quickly. Steve, who's going through? Arsenal or Liverpool?
Liverpool.
SAEED.
Liverpool.
Grizz.
Liverpool and penalties.
Tobes.
Liverpool.
Matisse.
Arsenal.
Oh. Yeah.
He wants Arsenal the final. That's why he's smiling.
No, I actually don't.
Probably you don't.
I'd actually
They got a good record
prefer
against you in the
Liverpool in the
final.
final.
They got a really good record against you in the
You
final.
prefer
Yeah,
Liverpool in the final?
Yeah, we played better against Liverpool than Arsenal recently.
Okay.
And I like Chelsea-Liverpool games. There's always that historical vibe to it. Arsenal, I don't really
Hopefully
get
we
it.
come back to this. Let us reach the final, inshallah. We come back to this.
Hopefully we come back to it.
Chris took it personally. Fam, it wasn't personal, bro. It wasn't personal.
No, I know, but
Tell Allah to give Firmino some cutting edge, Grizz, man. Please.
how are you talking? How are you, a Spurs man, talking about cutting edge? And
Yes, Firmino stinks right now, bro.
you don't stink shit, man. Look,
You
your
don't
whole squad
stink.
stinks right now. Your whole team stinks right now. Don't talk about
Yeah, they
Bobby
do.
like that.
They do. So
Bobby's a footballer.
why are you deflecting? I said I want him to go through, and I said Firmino, he needs to start banging goals, bro.
He needs to do what he's doing. He's playing fine. He's
playing fine.
The other day.
You literally said a couple of days ago he was pants against Arsenal.
That game he was.
So I'm asking in the second leg, can he not play pants? That's what I'm asking.
Okay, I'll have a word.
I love
I
it.
said he's asking. So it's heavily looking like you lot, Liverpool. It's only Matisse and myself that think Arsenal will do
It ain't
it.
gonna be easy. I did say penalties.
Yeah, you did say penalties. Fair enough. All right, cool. There's Leicester Tottenham to touch on as well. Obviously, the North London derby was postponed on Sunday, and then we loaned a player out today. You love to see it, but it is what it is. It looks like the Liverpool game for me will be on this Thursday, but the Leicester Tottenham game, obviously, we need to do predictions for, and it's an hour 20 minutes in as well. So, I think Tobes, give us your thoughts on that. How does that postponement impact this fixture, and then a prediction, and then we'll go around.
To be honest, do I have to talk about the postponement?
No, you don't have to really.
Yeah, because I'm just bored of talking about it now. It's happened. Whatever, man. Honestly, it's happened. I don't care anymore. Just focusing on Leicester. Leicester, we have to win. It's as simple as that. Had the Arsenal game gone ahead, this was meant to be quite like a pivotal week, because then we would have had Arsenal at home, Leicester away, Chelsea away. I'm not going to regurgitate what I've said about Chelsea away. You don't know my feelings on that fixture. So really and truly, for this week to not damage us as much as possible, we need to go and get 3 points at the King Power. Leicester are ridiculously depleted. Like, they've been struggling with injuries all season, and then now with Iheanacho and Ndidi and Amati all on holiday as well, they got a lengthy injury list now. So we need to take advantage of that and just secure the points, man. Like, we need to start putting some points on the board. We've got too many games in hand. We need to start putting some points on the board. We've only had one away win in 3 games under Antonio Conte. We need to make it 2 and 4. So I hope we win, and I think we will win.
What are you going for?
I'm going for a 2-1.
2-1 win Tottenham, yeah? Matisse, Leicester at home.
I'm going to go 1-1. I think it's a weird game, isn't it? Because Leicester have not really been as good this season as we expected them to be, but Tottenham are very lethargic as well sometimes. So it's a weird one. It's anybody's game, to be honest. I'll just be boring and go for a draw.
Yeah, I've gone for a draw as well. I've said 2-2 though. Yeah, I've said 2-2, even though Tobbs is right with the African Cup of Nations and injuries. Leicester's team is depleted, but they're at home, so I'm going to
exactly. And they still got Madison, Tielemans, Barnes, Daka. Like, just those 4 alone can kill our defense for sure.
Yeah. Steve,
I'll go for a draw as well. 1-1.
1-1 as well. SAEED.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game, to be honest with you, and I can't see Tottenham winning. I'm going to go for 0-0.
0-0, yeah.
I love them tactical predictions. That's a bad one. Proper work.
What are you on about, me? Just make your predictions and shut up.
I'm praising you. I'm praising you. You've done that proper.
Go on, Grizz.
1-1 is. I'm gonna go for 1-1 as well.
1-1 as well, yeah. That's all the predictions in for the 3 rescheduled fixtures this week. I'm gonna just get the super chats that I've saved in as well before we look at the league table. Big up GRIZZ and the panel. I don't know how to say that. I don't know what it is either, or who. At the top, champions of Europe. You'll never sing that. Obviously, you mean Steve. He's bored up there. Boogeyman, all that fight won't mean nothing if Arsenal don't go through. Very true. It's only half time in that fixture. Will McKay, who do you think will get 4th spot? Look out for that on the live show. It's looking like Thursday the 27th. We'll cover that one in that one last bit. End of season predictions and whatnot. Look out for that one. Boogeyman says, Tobes, what's happening with Dele Alli? Will he ever bounce back?
No, he needs to bounce out.
Not at Spurs, no. Maybe at another club. He needs to bounce. Your GRIZZ is right. He needs to bounce out of Spurs.
Yeah, he ain't going
Waste of space. Waste of space.
It ain't getting any better for him, but it is what it is. Matisse, you got 0 this week. You know that, right?
I don't know how that's possible.
You predicted Man City 1, Chelsea 1. That was wrong.
That was foolish.
Aston Villa 2, Man United 0. That was wrong. And you predicted Liverpool 1, Brentford 1. And the last one was postponed.
Bro,
I can't believe
we took a lot of gambles this week and it didn't pay off.
I can't believe you predicted Liverpool to draw at home to Brentford. That is ridiculous.
I predicted 1-0 win, Brentford.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I said it at the time and I got stick for that.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I just went wild one there. I went wild one, man. But I got the 1-1 right, innit? The one
there it is.
What did I get?
I can't lie, man. You're in my sight now.
Is this up to date?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
shit!
I got more points than because
let me show you last week's. Yeah, this is last week's. Yeah.
He's cut down on 1 because I got the thing result
I've
wrong.
got 3 points. Matisse got 0. Everyone else got 2.
Yeah, I'm not playing games again. That's enough.
Yeah, Toby. Yeah, me and Toby were very close.
So what he's trying to say is going to copy everyone else.
We said 2-0.
I tried to be a clown last weekend. I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, man. That's why I just can't go with United to win, innit? You know what I mean? It's got to be careful, innit?
I had a little dip. Did you notice? I had a little dip, and then you lot were just jumping, and now I've just made you all sit down a little bit and just regain my lead a little bit.
You literally just said I'm 2 points behind you.
I know, but you did jump though. You was like all Antobio and all that bullshit. Slow you down a little bit. You're humble now. I like that.
Listen, 5.2K still here. Hour and a half. We're touching an hour and a half. 5.2K. Get the likes up to 2K. We're on 1.7, touching 1.8 now. A few hundred more. We'll get 2K. Subscribe to the rest of the lads. You should be subscribed to all 7 of us now. Me, SAEED, Steve, GRIZZ, Tobes, Matisse, and Thuggery. All the links are below, including the official channel. Yes, as PF Chim said earlier, I've been promoting a whole year now, but it has to be right for me to put it out there. There's no point in cutting corners and getting it wrong. Look out for that. Notifications on as always. We're back Friday, 9 p.m. Friday. I know there's a Southampton-Norwich match on at that time, but it is what it is, people. Let's see if we can get more views than that game there. Love for the love, people. Tune in Friday. Peace.